Cal Kellogg here, coming to you from the kitchen. It is Catch and Cook Tuesday, and I hope you're ready to cook some fish. I've been so busy today. I've been on the run. I've been working in the yard. Just ripped a hole in my old Carhartt shirt. So bottom line is, I don't want to spend a ton of time cooking, and this is going to be a good video because it's going to illustrate you don't need to spend a bunch of time to cook a good fish dinner. Centerpiece of tonight's dinner is going to be the fillets from about a 7 or 8 pound striper. I'm going to sear it in browned butter and garlic. I'm serving it with crinkle cut French fries, maybe some avocado. Super simple, super quick, super delicious. There's some things you need to know about cooking striper, and we're going to jump into that right now because I'm going to show you how to properly trim striper fillets. Okay, here we go. So here's what I have. I have a plate to put the clean fillets on. I have a paper towel to soak up any water, any moisture. A fairly sharp fillet knife. I just sharpen that a little bit. One of my trusty old Kershaw folders. And of course, I have the striper fillets. They've been chilling in the refrigerator all night. I filleted this fish yesterday, removed all the rib bones, all that kind of stuff. It's important that it's chilled. You want it to be fairly firm for what I'm going to show you next. So let's open this bag up. Get this paper towel here. Reach in here. Ooh, that's a nice fillet. Okay, see that red meat right there? That red meat has got to go. Okay, that's really fatty. It's really oily. And if there's any part of this that is going to have a fishy flavor, it's that right there. And I don't want to rinse this off. I've already wiped it down yesterday. I'm going to remove that little patch of skin right there. There might be the odd scale on it, but that'll be gone when I wipe it off. Bottom line is, I want this fillet to be as dry as possible. So there we go. Not too bad. Set this over here for now. So I cut this into, kind of eating size portions, and that's going to make it easier for me to remove that red meat. So there's that. Let's see, I'll get the skin off here right now. Something like that. Ooh, there's a bone right there. There we go. Okay. So we're rid of that. I guess I'll just set that right there. So what you do to get rid of this red meat, and why you want to firm it up in the fridge, chill it a little bit, is you just want to make a shallow incision right there. Just like that. Oops. Almost. There we go. Just remove that red meat just like that. And when I took this off the skin, when I filleted off of the skin, I didn't bear down real heavy, so I left most of the red meat on the skin. But that one right there, that one is ready to roll. Now let's take a look at this little guy. Sometimes, a little piece like this, sometimes it might even actually be easier just to split it like so. Then just take your knife, come in there at an angle, just like that. Get rid of that. That knife could be sharper, but it's sharp enough. There we go. Pretty good. Same thing with this guy. Let's get the bulk of that out of there. And when people tell me they ate striped bass and they didn't like it, I can almost guarantee you they had a piece that had that, I felt a bone right there. There's a rib bone right there. They had a piece that had the red meat on it, and that is not an enjoyable experience for anybody. That's a nice piece of meat right there. Nice hefty piece of meat. I see a scale right there. We'll get rid of that. Like so. Awesome. Let's just remove this little bit of red meat here. Just like that. I feel a little rib bone in there. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Yes, it's just a little thin piece there. And next fillet, please. Right, now see that one there, I bared down on that one a little more. And see how much more red meat there is? So what I did when I caught this striper, I dispatched it, but I didn't kill it. I bopped it on the head, but it was still somewhat alive. And then I put it head down in my live well and went ahead, bled the fish out. I cut the gills with my knife, got most of the blood out of the fish, and that just makes for a better product. So this side we're going to do the same thing with. We got a better opportunity to make the V cut here and really show you that process. So let's start with this middle section right here. That's all that red meat, that's got to go. I'm going to say you got to get 90% of that out of there, or you're not going to have a real good eating experience. So there we go. Oh, that's coming out of there. That's coming out of there good. So usually if you get a hold of it, you got a sharp knife, which I don't have right now. Like I said, it's sharp enough. It's getting the job done, but if I was doing a lot of this, I'd have to sharpen it up some more. There we go. Let's get that out of there. Of course, I've touched myself with the blade like 4 times, so if it was sharper, I'd probably be getting a Band-Aid right now. So everything's a trade-off, right? There we go. Not bad. Not horrible. That little thin part right there, that's not bad, but I do want to get this off the edge here. It's not every day that I get to have striper, and I don't want it tasting all strong and fishy. And I know my wife Gina does not want it to be strong and fishy, or she'll just eat the french fries and not eat my fish. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. That's how I usually do it, but usually, finally, like I say, my knife is usually a little sharper, but that should pull right out of there. There we go. Not bad. Yeah, I still don't like that right there, so I'm going to I'd rather take off a little extra meat and have a good experience than leave too much and have a bad experience, because this is a real treat for me. Takes me back to my childhood. You say striper has mercury in it, and it does, but it must not be too toxic, because if it was, I'd been dead a long time ago, because I grew up eating these guys. Striped bass, usually from the South Bay. Feels good. Okay, next time I join you, I will be outside because I don't want my house to smell like fish. I'm going to fry this up outside in the browned butter, but I'm going to get my fries lined up first and maybe cut up an avocado, and we'll go from there. But that's a nice little pile of fillets. And not a whole lot of waste, but that is some nasty tasting stuff right there. Okay, the fries are about done. I am out here in my backyard. I got a table set up on my lower deck back here because I don't want the house to smell like fish for the next day and a half. So let me show you what I got going on here. I'm going to set up my little portable stove right here. That's where we're going to do the cooking. Gas burner. Finished fillets there. Butter and garlic right there. Spatula. There's my pan. There's my fish, and there's a piece of foil because I don't know if I can get all those fillets in the pan at one time. So we're all set. Let me get that stove set up, get the gas going, and get to cooking here. Last time I cooked fish outside, I used the electric skillet, and I really didn't like the results. It just didn't seem to get hot enough. I much prefer gas, so that's why I'm going with the little gas camping stove. Anyway, let me screw that together, get the fire going, and get some fish in the pan. Oh, we have fire. Can't see it, but it's there. Take my word for it. Right. So, we'll take our pan. Add in the pan. That is just crushed garlic from Costco. Bunch of Irish butter. I'm going to put this foil over the top of the fish because it is early September here in the foothills and there are some flies around. So now this is browned butter. It's going to be brown butter. So I'm going to get this butter pretty hot. And when it starts to scorch a little bit, that is when I'm going to put the fish in there. Not only should you see it when that butter starts to brown, you're starting to see it right here. You can see it starting to brown just a little bit. It's also giving off a different smell. It's starting to smell richer. But we're just not long, and we'll be putting that fish in there. Butter's reducing. Garlic is starting to brown up. Starting to brown around the edges here. Okay. Yeah, right there. See, we're starting to get that brown garlic on the edge of the spatula there. Let's get that fish in there.
That is going to be just awesome. Just don't want him to stick. It's not going to take long. Especially for these thinner bits on the side here. I believe.
Oh yeah. Okay, done and done. Dinner is served. We can get upstairs, check out those fries, get that striper on a plate, and we're going to eat them up because I got to get up early tomorrow. Well, I was so excited about eating the fish, I didn't take any video of it on my plate. You're going to have to take my word for it. It looked good, and it was delicious. Couple final points about that recipe. You could use that with whitefish or with salmon. Either way, just remember, put the butter and the garlic in the pan. Let that butter start to cook down until it starts to brown around the edges. Then get the fish in there. Cook it quick. You don't want to overcook it, and you will be eating good. And finally, remember, if you don't like that fishy smell in your house, you always have the option of going outside. I love to cook in my front driveway. I love to cook out back. The other thing I really like about cooking outside is I have my laundry sink right there in the garage. I got all my cleaning stuff, so I'll be cleaned up, lickety-split, put the stove away, done and done. Until next time. Once again, I'm Cal Kellogg, and I'll catch you next time right here on the Catch America YouTube channel.